Hello people, it has been a while, I'm sorry, but you know, things have been crazy. Not just for me, but for the whole world, and that sucks. So today we're not going to think about it and we're going to play some Animal Crossing Happy Home Paradise. But first, I actually have a campsite villager, so let's go see who it is. Yeah, I've done a lot of updates to the island. I'm sorry I have not shown them. I just kind of like doing this in my free time too, and when you feel like doing it, you do. So I did. And I'll do an update video at some point. But anyway, let's see who is in the campsite. Exciting way to start things off. Oh, it's Renee. She's kinda cute. What is she? Is she a snooty? I think she's a snooty, or maybe a peppy? I don't know. I like her. Is there anyone I want to get rid of for her? Maybe. I don't know. Anyway, let's go on to Happy Home Paradise, because what I want to do is make these little studio apartment things that I've been seeing like all over the internet, especially Instagram. They've been all over the place there, and they're really cute and fun. I've made a couple just on my own to practice, but I thought it would make a fun video. I thought that people might want to see it. So yeah, let's go and do that. Alright, so here we are. I've already seen a couple of the villagers, and I think I have some good ones, like Poncho, he's really cute, and Hopper was one of my old favorites from New Leaf. Oh my gosh. Kid is like my favorite villager. I'm coming back for you. I'm coming back. What's his name? He's cute. Butch. I'm not going with you right now. You're all so cute. Oh my gosh. I just realized I have not gotten the message bottle. Let's grab that. Yay! A new DIY. Okay. Who else do we have? I love you. Okay. Oh, I don't know what his name is, but he's pretty cute too. And then one of the sheep. You guys know who we're going with. I'm not going with his little theme, but I'm definitely choosing him because he was my favorite. Hello, voiceover Miranda here. I was originally not planning on speeding this up, but then I did. So yeah, I just kind of quickly did something for the exterior. I didn't really have a plan or anything. I just was like, he's purple, let's give him a purple roof and do something. So I did. I think I also put down like a couple trees and stuff, and maybe I'll come and revisit this later and like give him a roommate or something and give him a better yard. But for now, that's what this is. Sorry kid, I just really wanted to focus on the interior of this little apartment design, and yeah, I put some on the screen earlier and I just keep seeing them all over Instagram. I think they're really cute, and you just kind of make the room as big as possible and put all these partition walls up and partition items. People get so creative with them. It's honestly kind of amazing. But I actually had a dream about making this video the other night, which is kind of why we're here. I literally dreamed about those two little partitions in the corner, and I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with these, but I'm gonna put them there. So I did. I just had to make that dream a reality, and yeah. Also, I really struggled with choosing the wallpaper. I really liked that flooring, but I did end up changing it. I really liked the like white one with the colors, the hints of color. And yeah, also I really like those wood support beams. I think they're really cute, but I didn't end up using them. I think that the partition walls just look really naked without them. Am I the only one who thinks that? I don't know. Yeah, so now I'm kind of working on this little entryway. This was another thing from my dream, where it was like there's this little entryway and he had a couple of shoes out front, and so I was trying to find the umbrella stand because I really wanted to put it there, but I kept searching for umbrella, but the item is actually called standard umbrella stand, and why? I don't understand why they called it that. I mean, it's an umbrella stand! How many are there in the game? Why do you have to call it standard? Nobody's gonna... Anyway, I kind of had like a crisis moment here because I was like, I have no clue what I want to do for the rest of this place. I didn't even know what I wanted to put in that little small room area. I kind of thought about turning it into a closet, and so I did eventually, but yeah, you see me struggling, and then I got to a point where I was like, you know what, this is not working. So I'm just going to pick out a bunch of items and then go from there. I want to figure out what items I want to use, and then I will design the rest of the apartment around that. Yeah, this is where I just choose a bunch of items, and I kind of decided to go with like a vintage look, and I really like how it turned out. I thought it was really cute, and I had kind of said before in my original voiceover that I have a tendency to choose the larger beds, but I was like, no, I don't have to do that. That's not a rule. I can go with one of the smaller ones and give them a smaller bedroom. Doesn't need to be huge. So yeah, I went with that small, simple bed because I felt like it actually really matched the vintage furniture. And yeah, I gave him a simple little kitchen area, and I used counters. Yeah, this is kind of funny because I'm actually, as I'm recording this audio, I'm watching the video and I did not mute the audio, so it's just very sped up and it's kind of hilarious. But anyway, these studio apartments are really fun, and I think that there's something kind of charming about, you know, having to make the most of a small space. Like, I live in a townhouse right now, so it's not huge, but it's definitely bigger than like apartments that I've lived in. And in the apartments, you know, especially when I was in college and I had this tiny little like college apartment room, you know, you really had to make the most of a lot of space. And the very first one that I stayed in was kind of crazy because they like, it was this tiny room. The bed was the length of the room pretty much. And then there was this giant wardrobe that you just had to have in the room. And there was a desk. So those 3 items took up like the majority of the space in that room. But what my friends and I ended up doing was we got these shelves, these like wire shelf things, and put them at the end of the bed and put like a TV or whatever there, and some like plushies, decorations, you know, cute stuff. And then we just had our desk, and yeah, that was basically the entire room. It was so tiny. I don't know how I stood it, honestly, because now I absolutely cannot like do things while I'm just laying in bed, because then I won't be able to sleep, and that's not good. So if you're having trouble sleeping, just, you know, ask yourself, do I do anything other than sleeping in this bed? And if the answer is yes, then I think you found your problem. But anyway, later in college, like, we moved to these different dorms and stuff, and the rooms were bigger and it was much nicer. Like, the last one that we lived in had so much more floor space. It was so nice. Like, I could put a chair in there, you guys! An entire chair that was actually comfortable and not one of the like crappy college provided ones. It was so great. But yeah, it's just, you know, it's nice trying to work with a small space sometimes and just figuring out what works, and that way you also end up saving money on furniture because furniture is expensive. But anyway, now Kid's little studio apartment is finally starting to come together. I kind of struggled with that living room area. Like, I didn't know where I wanted to place certain items, like that trophy case. I thought, I was like, oh, Kid would totally want a trophy case. That's, you know, he's like he's a smug villager, so he'd totally want a trophy case so he can be all bragging about that and be all like, I'm so great. But I could not figure out where I wanted to put it. And the antique clock, I feel like, just kind of adds to that vintage vibe. And yeah, I also just kind of went and added a bunch of wall items. I often forget wall items, and then I especially often forget ceiling items, but thankfully I did not this time. Anyway, I'm just kind of adding on some finishing touches here, some lights by the entryway and an air conditioner. I also went into the closet area that I made for him and added some clothes that are hanging on the wall, like maybe they're his favorites, the things that he reaches for the most, and also things that I just thought would look super cute on him because, you know, kid is adorable. He's a little goat man. And yeah, so I'm just kind of adding stuff to the living room now. I added these HHA plaques because, you know, he has a trophy case, so why not have these little plaques over there as well? I put some paintings in his room. It was kind of hard finding ones that were an appropriate size or that like looked good, but he seemed to like them, and you know, I think he's kind of a fancy guy. I added in the ceiling items, some little hanging drapery thingies because I thought they looked nice, a fan because everyone loves having a fan, keeps you nice and cool. And then another thing that I really struggle with is the rugs. I probably tried out like 10 of these things, I don't know. I wish you could organize them by size as well, but I ended up just going with that one. I felt like it kind of fit the vibe. It's a pretty neutral color, and yeah, I also realized that I need to put some sort of item on that little table right there, and since he'd wanted a sort of studio, a photo studio, I put a little camera on there. And yeah, we are almost done here. I just put down some dark bamboo rugs in the closet and in the entryway, and now I'm going to hand it back over to not voiceover Miranda. See ya! Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. That was really fun, and I hope you enjoyed it as well. And yeah, please be sure to subscribe and like this video, leave a comment, and I will see you guys again later. Bye!